Hello everyone. So I decided to make a video because right now I'm experiencing some interesting shifts in my life, and I could only imagine that other people are also experiencing the same thing in their unique way. And it is part of the journey. It's part of the journey of expansion. And the last few weeks my energy has been so high and I've just been on fire. I've been fearless per se and doing things that beyond what I've even imagined, in getting over the fear of speaking in front of people and the camera and dancing and doing all kinds of things that my spirit wants to do because my mind wasn't getting in the way. And a couple of days ago, my mind kind of came back in the way, and I noticed that I was shutting down a little bit more and more. And actually, I got a cold, and as you can tell, my voice is a little bit squeaky, or whatever you want to call it. And it's just so amazing how I think that is part of like the expansion process. We reach a certain level and then it takes a while for the body mind to catch up. And during that time, it might feel like, oh my God, what did I do wrong? All this stuff is coming up and da 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 da. And it's beautiful. A lot of people call it contrast, which is a clarifying moment. And clarity of what's really going on in our consciousness is really valid because that stuff is running the show. And we can get high all we want. We can get high on thoughts. We get high on marijuana. We can get high on life. We can get high on everything and continue to stay in that vibration. And what happens when we're there, it also pushes to the surface anything that's not like it. And during those times, it's like, oh, okay. So it's an integration part. It's an integration period where you can examine those beliefs and see what has been running in your consciousness. And it gives you opportunity to bring those energies together in a more loving, expansive way. So you're not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. And it might feel like caca, it doesn't feel good. And your body might get sick because it wants to slow down and just breathe and take that time to integrate and perhaps release toxins or whatever. I know I've been sweating a lot, and I even gotten headaches, and I realize that headaches are energy blockages. So it's important for me to let that be and let it just kind of ride itself out instead of taking a medication for it or whatever people do for headaches. It's really important to let that energy just reside on its own. And it's not easy. I remember when I was first recovering from my eating disorder, and I made a choice not to exercise my feelings away. And at first it was intense. It was so intense that I just laid on my bed and cried for weeks at a time. And it's so healing because we can't heal what we don't feel. And anytime we try to mask it with any type of drug or even going to people, sometimes that can be a drug in itself. This person's there, so we find that every time we go to this person, we feel better. And what happens when they're not there? So I think the most important thing is go to this person here, and really know that that is where that integration takes place. When you start going to yourself, the higher self you, the more wise you, and parent the little you inside. And sometimes, like this morning I was like, oh, but I don't know how to take care of the little me right now. And it's like, oh yeah, I do. I can just love her. And I just laid on my bed and held myself, imagined my little girl. And sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes it's all we really need. I mean, think of little kids. They feel better when their parents come and hug them. And I'm all about the love. And yeah, sometimes I get off track, and that's beautiful because it's just a way for me to even bring more love to myself, and then I can bring it to everybody else once I'm basking and feeling full of that love. So this is my video, and I just wanted to share with you a little bit of what's going on with me, and I hope everything is evolving at the right pace for you, and that you are gentle and easy with yourself as these energies start to move inside of you, and that you find that space of love and compassion for any parts of you that might be hurting. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Love ya.